Hello everybody, welcome back to the Young Fan Podcast. Good evening, should I say good night? It's 10 o'clock, it's very quite late for a podcast episode, normally 10 o'clock, but we've got to do what we've got to do. When England win games in Euro 2020, we stream when we want to, and we do that, and England do top the group. They finished top of Group D, and England, I'd say comfortably, and we made Czech Republic look, I noticed at the Czech Republic, I think we made Czech Republic look pretty average. I thought England were pretty good. I thought we were much better in the first half. We'll come on to, of course, in the game, into more detail. I thought in the first half we were much better than we were in the second half. But I generally thought we dealt with the game pretty well. Southgate's master plan of coming second in the group, that's the only thing I think that we didn't quite get right tonight. Other than maybe, we will come on to that second half. I don't think it was as good as it could have been in the first half. But generally I thought England were pretty good through the game and much improved from that game against Scotland. We needed a reaction. We demanded a reaction as England fans. I think we can well and truly say that we got it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please do give your thoughts in the live chat. I know it's a little bit late, and I do appreciate everyone that comes in. Remember, this will be going up as a live episode of the podcast, and this is live, and then it'll be going up as a normal podcast episode as well. So you can watch it back whenever you want, and leave your comments down below as well. Subscribe, leave a like if you're new as well. So much content just like this when the game finishes. We've got a watch along tomorrow for Portugal, France. So excited for that. But today is all about England topping the group, beating Czech Republic. Tonight at Wembley Stadium. I was so happy with what I saw generally through the game. I saw a much improved England side from the team we saw against Scotland. He made 4 changes from that starting 11 that played against Scotland, and we saw an improvement. We saw a big improvement from that, and I was so impressed with it. Because we needed it. We needed a reaction. We needed an improvement. We really hoped that we could see a better England side from that pretty dull, slow sort of Scotland performance, if you like. And I think we saw that. I do think we saw a much improved side, and that's what we wanted. We really needed that as England fans, and we saw that. We saw players that we wanted to see start in the game as well. Actually start the game and be part of that starting 11. The one included. I'm pretty sure the whole nation was behind Jack Grealish getting a starting spot, and he did just that. I thought he did well. He did come off at the 67th minute or so. That could be because maybe that is because he generally wanted to change, and maybe Gareth Southgate saw that was enough, and that was all the time he was going to get on the pitch, or maybe it was because he was saving him for, of course, the round of 16, which we knew we were qualified for anyway before this game. However, it was down to the fact that who was going to top the group and what was going to happen next, and that makes it even more exciting for the watch along tomorrow. Portugal versus France, because we will be playing the runner-up of that group, which at the moment looks to be either one of France or Portugal. So that's very interesting. But going back to this game, Tom Munder says if we get Germany in the next round, Timo Werner scoring a hat trick. To be honest with you, mate, I don't know if we will play Germany in the second round. The Germany look very good. They've got Hungary tomorrow, so that would be interesting to see how Germany get on with Hungary. But you said there, Timo Werner's going to score a hat-trick. Yeah, maybe a hat-trick in my back garden, mate. I don't know if it's going to be hitting the back of the net. But yeah, we'll see about that, Tom. We really will. But at the end of the day, I thought if we look at this performance today, that the first half was much better than that second half. I thought the second half we were a little bit slow, a little bit more lacklustre. But I thought in the first half we got up to a fly. Raheem Sterling is still our only goal scorer in this tournament. He scored the first goal and the only goal in this game for England. And to be honest, I thought Raheem Sterling, again, I thought he had a much better game they did against Scotland. I thought there was a lot of players that didn't do very well against Scotland. And I thought today did show that there was a real improvement there. What I would also say as well is the changes that he made. I said in the preview and in the match reaction after Scotland game, I said this team needs a freshening up. It needs new players. It needs young, exciting. It needs a spark in this team, if you like. I said that. And I know I stick by that, and I think the changes really helped that. I think bringing Saka in, I thought Saka was absolutely fantastic today. I thought Grealish coming in, I thought he was a really good player, really exciting player, and I was really impressed with what I saw from Jack Grealish. I didn't really expect anything else. I knew Jack Grealish was going to come in and make an impact. He's a player that makes impacts for Villa. He's going to make impacts for England. Is what we want to and hope that we could see. I thought Jack Grealish was sublime today. I thought him and Saka came into his side and really looked good. If you've joined us, please make sure you're giving your thoughts on this game in the chat. I'll be responding and reading them all out, discussing them on the podcast as per usual. But no, really happy with the changes that Gareth Southgate made. He brought Harry Maguire back into that back line as well. So it's good to see he's now getting that game time. He's now sort of building up that match fitness, if you like, starting the game today, which was good. We saw who the other change was Saka. We saw Grealish come in, Sterling started, and then it was Maguire and then it was Walker coming in right back instead of Reece James. Of course, we had the news as well that Mason Mount and Ben Chilwell weren't available for that game, weren't available for this game, due to the fact that the Billy Gilmore COVID situation. We're not going to go into too much detail in because it gets a little bit... I think you can understand why we won't go into that. There's a lot of controversy surrounding that. We're talking about the game. Paul Groves says, happy we won, but second half was boring in my opinion. I think it was spot on, Paul. I said that straight away. To be honest, I did. I thought the first half was much improved from that Scotland game. I thought we controlled the game quite well. I was quite happy with the way that we played today. But that second half, I think we were a little bit lacklustre, a little bit more slow. Whether that was a little bit because we knew that, were we going to be gutted if we conceded a goal? It sounds crazy, but, were we going to be absolutely gutted if we conceded a goal? I think I'd be frustrated because I wanted to win the game. I want to carry on, not conceding any goals, obviously, and you also want to carry on with the momentum you've got. Momentum in a tournament is crucial. It's so important. If you just join us, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe, give your thoughts in the chat, all of that good stuff. But, momentum as well is so important in a tournament. And yes, maybe the group stage, whatever. Maybe the group stage, however you want to look at it, might be easy in the next round. But at the end of the day, if you're not good enough to beat those teams, you're not good enough to beat those teams. And, if we try and avoid France in the next round, and we get to the point where we, and people have aspirations to get to the final, the path does mean that we do potentially see France in the final. Which then does mean as well, we're going to have to beat someone like a Portugal, a France, or a Germany at some point in the competition. So it is really, there really is no point in trying to avoid the teams. I can understand why you try and avoid them sort of in the early stages, but as we go through the tournament, you're going to have to beat those teams. So for me, it really doesn't make sense to try and avoid these games and try and avoid these teams because you're going to have to play them at some point. I understand maybe why we would do it though to an extent. And sort of going as the game went on, I thought we started the game well. I thought we started the game with a much higher tempo than we did against Scotland. I thought in Croatia, when we played Croatia, in that first group game, we started off quite well. We started off on the front foot and I was really, really happy that I saw England do that. And then the problem we saw with the Scotland game was we didn't start quickly and we didn't really ever get into the game. We didn't find that sort of second gear, if you like. I thought again the Croatia game, it was a little bit like today. I think the Czech Republic and Croatia game, there were similarities there for me. I saw a really, really good start to the game. And I'd say good start to the second, good general second half and good start to the match in that sense. But the second half, like Paul said a minute ago, just in the live chat, it was a pretty slow, dull game of football where it looked a little bit like we just sort of taken our foot off the gas and we were almost sort of resting ourselves and preparing ourselves for the round of 16, which is sort of fair enough. I can sort of understand it. And if we're looking into more detail, we're looking at a statistic point of view, we dominated the game all over the shop, really. We had more of the ball. We had 56% possession. We had higher expected goals than Czech Republic with a 1.48 expected goals as well. So we nearly doubled their expected goals. We had much more possession. We didn't have as many total shots, but we had more on target. We had more corners. We did have more offsides, but we had more. We actually gave away more fouls as well, which is very, very interesting. We had more big chances. They had no big chances. We had 3. We actually missed 2 big chances. We hit the post, of course. So you look at the stats, we dominated the game in that sense. And I think when you look at it, a lot of that was happening in the first half, obviously. I thought the first half we were much better, as a lot of people have highlighted. We had loads of passes compared to Czech Republic, 528 passes. We had an 84% pass accuracy to Czech Republic 72. We also had a 57% long pass accuracy. We had just about a better cross accuracy, not a great cross accuracy at all, really. We had 15 crosses, only one came off, so in that sense, it wasn't too great. But generally, you could see there that the game, you could clearly see what we were trying to do, and you clearly see by the stats how we approached this game and how we looked at the game. And I thought we were pretty good statistically when we looked at this game against Czech Republic this evening, or should I say tonight. The starting lineup actually had an average age of 26.2 years. And the reason why I highlight that is because that is generally quite a young squad. And the only sort of players that are maybe lowering that down a little bit is the likes of John Stones, Harry Maguire, Kyle Walker and Harry Kane. But we had some young players in there, and Saka came in today. It was sort of a toss-up between Saka and Sancho, a mix between the two of them there, Saka and Sancho. I thought Sancho maybe could have started and maybe not should have started. I wasn't too passionate about that. I was sort of wanted to see the different player come into that side. I ideally at the start of the game wanted Raheem maybe to take a time out and start Phil Foden and then play Bukayo Saka or Jadon Sancho, but he went with Sterling. It paid off. He scored the goal. We know that Gareth Southgate likes Raheem Sterling. It's fair enough, and to be fair, it's paying off. We can't really keep talking about it because at the same time he is scoring our only goals this tournament. So as much as we go on about it, he is clearly being a crucial part in this. I thought Jack Grealish, you got a 7.3 down to a SofaScore rating. I know SofaScore ratings can be a little bit dodgy, a little bit iffy at times, but generally I thought we were spot on with that. I thought Jack Grealish did impact the game really, really well. I thought he really did come into this side sort of behind that striker, winning the fouls. We know he wins fouls. We know how good he is at winning those fouls. And I was really, really impressed with him doing that as well. Really like the look of Jack Grealish in that side. And has he played himself into a starting spot again in the next game, the round of 16 game? I'm not sure. I really don't know with Gareth Southgate. You don't really know what he's looking at there. But yeah, I was interested to see what I saw with with Jack Grealish in this side, and I was happy to see him be a crucial part and be a key part in this side. I thought defensively, again, we were very, very good. I thought Jordan Pickford in goal looked very calm and composed, everything he did. I thought that back four of Kyle Walker, John Stones, Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw as well. Really, really like the look of those in that back four. They looked very, very solid. Harry Maguire came back into this game, sort of, as I say, sort of coming through, having a few injuries. We saw, we said before the game that Gareth said before the game, he wanted Harry Maguire or Jordan Henderson, should I say, to sort of get some match fitness, find a rhythm in the match in that sense, to try and get back from that injury that they suffered during the season. And I thought Harry Maguire came into this game with a little bit of pressure, to be honest, because we hadn't conceded a goal at this point, and the players had done very, very well in terms of looking at the group before Harry Maguire came in. So there was a lot of pressure, if you like, on Harry Maguire's shoulders. But at the same time, I thought he dealt with it well. I was impressed with Harry Maguire. I like the look of him back in that back four. I thought he looked good. I thought he looked solid. I thought he looked composed with everything he did. I thought those forward runs that Harry Maguire does were very, very good. And I thought crucial in how we wanted to approach the game. So I was very, very impressed with Harry Maguire and what he did on and off the ball. But I thought defensively he was very, very good. That's what he's there for. And I thought he did very, very well at that. For Harry Kane, and we will come on to Harry Kane from one Harry to another. I thought Kane again. He's still without a goal. I don't know in this game. Did he get a shot on target in this game? Did he get a shot on target? He did get a shot on target. He got one. He got his first shot on target of the tournament. I know that was a stat that was sort of ghosting sort of around him when we were talking about the tournament and Harry Kane in particular. But look, no, I think Harry Kane's a player that I enjoy. I like Harry Kane. I like what he does. I think he's an amazing player. Certainly one of the best players, I think, that England have got and England have had for a while. I think he's one of the best strikers on his day in Europe, 100%. He's not linked with £100 million moves here and there for no reason. He's clearly an absolutely wonderful player. However, the issue that we've got at the moment as England fans, and Harry Kane's got at the moment, is that he's not scoring goals. And when you're a striker in this England side with the reputation of scoring goals that Harry Kane has got, it's frustrating, it's annoying that he can't hit the back of the net and he can't be part of the goal scoring form that we've got Raheem Sterling doing at the moment. And, yes, he did get a shot on target today, but he's not going to be looking at that, is he? He's going to be looking at wins. He's going to, be looking at, getting those goals. And that's what he's going to be wanting. It's going to be so desperate for. And it's got to happen sooner rather than later for me. Not because I don't think he's going to get opportunities. I think it's just because for his own sake and for his own confidence, he's going to want to look at this look at this tournament, getting off to an early start with a goal, and preferably in the group stage is what he would have wanted. It's not going to happen. He's now got to go into the knockout stages still without a goal. But I still believe that Harry Kane, has got that in him and that can find the back of the net. I hope he can. Because I think Harry Kane, when he gets one, he's going to get a few and he's going to sort of find that momentum in front of goal, just like England are as a team finding momentum. I think Harry Kane will be really, really important and crucial when he does hit the back of the net. I think he's influencing games. I think he influenced the game better today. If I'm being honest, I thought he did. I thought the way he played today, when he had the ball, he came a little bit deeper to try and find the ball, which I liked about him. At Tottenham, he's doing it still for England, which is a little bit frustrating because we've got players that can do that. It's a bread and butter of him at Tottenham. He knows what's going to happen. He can come deep. He can find a ball. Son's running in behind, and that's the annoying thing you've got with Harry Kane at the moment. Is he's so. He's so sort of, I think his headspace is still sort of in that Tottenham mindset where he can do this, come deeper and find the pass. At England, we've got players that can do that. In England, we want to see him score goals. We want to see him as that goal scorer, and it's a little bit frustrating. I'm not going to lie to you. Paul Groves come in and said, feel bad for Kane, if I'm honest. It's just not happening for at the moment. And you're spot on. You're spot on, Paul. I don't think the service for him has been sublime. You're not going to lie to you. I don't think the service to him has been unbelievable. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like he's getting, loads and loads of chances. He's had a few chances here and there, but Harry Kane's a player. I want to see him hitting the back of the net ASAP. I want to see him hitting the back of the net, getting that confidence, finding that form, as quickly as possible. I think that's going to be so crucial in England's chances. So we can't rely on Raheem Sterling to score the goals, to do whatever we want in this tournament, define success. I keep saying that, but define success for England in this tournament, whether that is win the tournament, whether that is come the semi-final, whatever it is, we do need another outlet when it comes to scoring goals. I think Harry Kane is your go-to man when you look at it, and he's in my fantasy team, so that's so important that he does score some goals, because at the end of the day, we've got England doing well, and then we've got my fantasy team with my mates, and I know exactly I know exactly my priorities when it comes to that, of course. He's getting close to being kicked out of that fantasy team, because I keep trusting him. I said, no, I'm going to keep him in. I've been stubborn, and I've been so faithful. So faithful with Harry Kane, hoping going to hit the back of the net. At the moment, it's just not going for him. For Luke Shaw, though, we'll talk about Luke Shaw, because he's got the SofaScore man of the match. But for me, and I know the man of the match for SofaScore, they've given it, they haven't given it by Saka. They've given it an awful rating. They've given it a 6.6. I thought Saka was absolutely fantastic today. I really, really thought Saka was really, really good. He came into the side, a young lad, a very, very young lad still, and I thought he was really, really good. The way he influenced the game, Saka, today was absolutely fantastic. The forward runs he made, the dribbles he made were absolutely great, and I thought the way he just impacted the game in a positive way was so important and crucial, and I was so happy with Saka when he came in. He's rapid, and we know how quick Saka is, but when you see him play time after time, you can see how quick he is, you can see how he can just breeze past these players. And no disrespect to Czech Republic when we were looking at them. They're not the quickest of players. They're not the lightning speed players, but they're very, very physical. With Saka, though, you knock the ball past him and he's gone. And he's not coming back. When he goes, he goes. I think with Saka, he was a player today that his pace really, really was crucial. I thought he was absolutely fantastic when it comes to his pace. And I thought the way he played, of course, Grealish got the assist as well. That ball into the box for the first goal. He literally just did a little dink towards the back post. And then I thought Saka was going to get there, but Raheem Sterling got there first on that header and tucked it away for the first goal. But so happy with that. And going back to Saka briefly, I know that they haven't given him the best scores online. I think the reason for that is I know SofaScore do look at the stats, and maybe statistically he didn't look great, but I thought when you actually watch him play, and that's what you've got to be careful with stats, when you watch him play, he was really, really good and influenced the game well. Is he my man of the match? I think it's difficult. I'm looking at the side. Who would I give man of the match? And they're giving the man of the match to Shaw. I mean, Grealish has got a shout. I thought Grealish was good, but I'd probably give it to Saka. I probably would give it to Saka. I know he didn't score a goal. I don't know he didn't actually influence and didn't get and contribute with a goal or an assist, but I thought Saka was really, really good tonight. I thought he was really, really good. I was really, really happy with Saka and the way he played. And for that reason, I'd probably give him my man of the match. But feel free to give your man of the matches in the comments down below and in the live chat as well. I thought Saka was fantastic. I like Saka, and I think he might be, and Gareth Southgate now has got a headache going into the round of 16. What's he going to do in terms of his starting lineup? Because, Gareth Southgate will now be looking at this starting lineup knowing that he's got some big decisions to make. What's he going to do? How's he going to approach the game? It does come down to the opposition, of course. But either way, we now know that we're going to get a very, very difficult draw. It's going to be a huge game. It's going to be Germany, France, or Portugal. We've got to watch along tomorrow for that game, Portugal versus France. Make sure you subscribe and leave a like. You don't want to miss that. And that's going to be a really, really good indication of how Gareth Southgate sets up and plays. But really, really interesting. Briefly, finally rounding up on this game. Very, very happy with the way that we approached the first half. Maybe a little bit lacklustre in the second half. But the main thing is we got a reaction. We got a response. We beat Czech Republic. And we are going to top Group D. Is that the best possible scenario for England? I'm not entirely sure. But for me, I want to see England play. I want to see England react with a win. We saw that today. Very, very impressed in the first half. Like I said, we maybe could have done better in that second half. But at the end of the day, we got what we wanted, and that's 3 points in Group D. And I was going to say before we finish as well, commiserations to Scotland, of course, who did get knocked out in this competition. Paul Grove says, I agree with Saka for man of the match too. He was everywhere tonight. Yeah, I thought Saka was good. The way he tracked back as well, Saka, defensively, I thought Saka was really, really good as well, and I was really impressed with him. But yeah, thank you everyone that tuned in, giving your thoughts as well. Remember, this will be going up as a normal podcast episode, so do not worry if I haven't missed it live. You just come in now and we're just finishing. Do you know where you can go back and watch the whole thing? Give your comments down below as well, because I'll be responding to all of them. Leave a like and subscribe, both of which are free and easy. Watch along tomorrow at 8 o'clock, France versus Portugal, right here on the channel, going through the game, talking about it. Of course, the runner-up in that group plays England in the round of 16. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Jack. I know it's very, very late, so I'm going to cut it short, but I've been Jack. This has been the Unfan Podcast. England 1, Czech Republic 0. See you in a bit. Take care.